Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Transmissions from the Cave. Thank you for coming back to join us once again. Y'all, it is a very rare rainy day in Los Angeles, so I am in every kind of vibe. I was thinking about today's stream, and we're doing a live drawing, of course, with Kelly Williams. I am so freaking excited about it. I'm going to ask questions, but mostly I'm going to be able to just sit back and watch talent and be amazing. And I was thinking about it in a way that today's stream, I would love for us all to be able to kind of like hang out and co-work, right? Like listen to somebody talk about their art, listen to somebody be amazing at it, watch them be incredibly talented. Well, maybe you got some stuff to get done. Leave it on, hang out with us for the next hour or so. It's going to be a very good time. So thank you for joining us, of course. Hi, I'm Saige Ryan. If it's your first time here, welcome to Transmissions from the Cave. This is a weekly live stream that we do here where we get to talk with comic professionals, interview them, ask them some questions, let them share some of their art with us. And this is my first time hosting one of our live drawings. I'm very excited about it. Today, the live drawing is by Kelly Williams, and we are centered around Bountiful Garden. So let's talk about Bountiful Garden. In the year 2200, a team of teenage scientists are sent terraforming mission to a distant planet. Selected as the best and brightest of their generation, architect Jonas, botanist Marie, biologist Jane, engineers Anya and Kamari, and security detail Kurt are all put into cryostasis, expected to wake up when it is time to prepare to land on their assigned planet. When they're awakened abruptly, 10 years early, halted above a strange planet. The teens are tasked with trying to figure out why they're stalled or what stalled them. As they break into two teams, one tasked with fixing the ship, the other with exploring the unknown planet below, they are faced with an increasingly nightmarish scenario as they encounter a cosmic horror that seems to not only have attacked their ship, but also their minds. Y'all, that's my jam right here. That's my absolute jam right here. Y'all know I love a cosmic horror. Those are two of my favorite words put together to hear about something. The first issue is so much fun. It's such a good read. It's such a really fascinating take on our future, potentially. I love the conversation around it being specifically a group of teens. You come to these kind of like conversational topics of like they're bringing these young people in so they have a longer life expectancy to go out and complete this mission. We of course did give away the first issue of Bountiful Garden this Saturday on Free Comic Book Day. So I hope that some of you got a copy of it and got to enjoy it. If you haven't yet, it's not too late. You can, of course, still get a copy of Bountiful Garden. The link is right there in chat to check it out. I had such a good time reading it, and if you were able to pick it up for free, oh my God, even better. Avery Kaplan from The Beat will be releasing our monthly TFTC schedule, so be on the lookout for that. And what else is new from Mad Cave this week? We hope mostly that you're enjoying your free copy. Focus on that. Go vibe with it. If you haven't, pick it up now. Go and support. Go to your local comic shop. Support it. Order it off our website. And other ways that we talk about supporting local comics is with Bink. You hear me talk about it every week, but Bink is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to assisting booksellers in need. They're an incredible organization. The Bink Foundation grew out of a wish to assist bookstore employees and establish a fund for their colleagues experiencing unexpected financial crises. It's 2021, everybody. Every day is an unexpected financial crisis, so they need your help more than ever. Bink is dedicated to assisting bookstore and comic store employees across the United States in their greatest times of need, and that time is unquestionably right now. There is a link in chat right there. If you want to go and support and donate, we would love that. That means the world to us. It's so appreciated. We're, of course, also going to be running a giveaway today. We're going to be giving away a Bountiful Garden poster. I'm going to show you the trailer for Bountiful Garden in just a moment here when we bring our lovely guest in. And I hope you're having a very good day so far. Thank you for joining us once again. This is such a fun opportunity and such a cool thing to do. I love that we're getting to do something a little different for me today. Yes, hound your local comic shops for those free comic book day issues. Thank you, Frank. And welcome in, everybody. Let's go ahead and show you the trailer. I think it's about that time. A pretty good time to do so. But let me tell you about Kelly really quick first, because when I come back, I'm going to have a very cool guest. Kelly Williams is a comic book artist, writer, reader, and appreciator who's worked with publishers like Dark Horse, IDW, Boom, Top Shelf, and more, mostly known for his work in horror with contributions to books like Creepy and Eerie, as well as creator-owned books such as The Cabinet and The Dark. He likes doing spooky stuff. And I like people who like doing spooky stuff. So it's going to be a very good time. I will be right back. I will give you guys the trailer. Check it out. Enjoy it. And I'll see you in just a moment. All right. Hello, everyone. I am back, and I'm with a lovely guest. Kelly, thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
Welcome to the cave.
It looks a lot like my room.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So I'm in my this is where I am a professional space right now, where I don't have all of my creepy things, and I'm having so much like FOMO of wanting to show you all my creepy stuff. As soon as we got on the Zoom call, I was like, I have to prove that I'm cool and creepy, and I'm failing miserably.
I'll take your word for it.
All my spooky stuff is inside. This is my workspace. So I'm very excited to talk to you today. I know that you have a love for horror. Your background certainly does show it off. Obviously, it's like just cropped out on our overlay, but I see Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the other side.
They're both actually Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's right. I can see that one faintly in the background in my Zoom window. That's freaking awesome.
I just hung these up because we moved recently and I'm still not unpacked in this room. And I felt weird having absolutely nothing on the walls.
I never would have known. You could have kept that secret forever.
Sure.
I'm like,
sure.
Wow, how completely organized you are. Absolutely set up and ready to go. I had no idea.
If I turned the computer even slightly, no, not at all.
That's okay. As you can see, I'm in a completely empty room. I also just moved. So you're in good company. So they can see right here your sketch that's taped down. My goodness. We're going to find out how complicated of multitasking being interviewed and drawing is. There's going to be a point system. You get 10 points for every question you answer. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I don't got to answer correctly. So.
That's true. No, as long as an answer comes out, I'm good. And honestly, for most of them, I'd have no idea if you were lying. So with that in mind, let's get started, shall we?
Okay.
And obviously, we are going to be giving away a Bountiful Garden poster. We'll start that in a little bit here while you're working. But while you get started here, tell me a little bit about what you're working on, first of all.
Well, this is a character from Bountiful Garden, and I'm terrible and forgot his name because I'm on the spot.
That's okay.
I feel horrible.
No, you're great. I believe that one would be...
Anyways.
I think you've got... you got Kurt in there?
No, not Kurt.
Okay.
Oh my God, I hate this. It's the other one.
You got it. Yeah, of course.
So I penciled this yesterday. If you want to see, the inner workings there, I actually I kind of rough it out digitally. I flip it like a pancake or something, and print it on the back, and then put it on a light table type deal,
Oh,
and
excellent.
then do that. But I just went ahead and penciled the whole thing so that I
Right.
could skip that whole bright light part.
That's cool. And we can watch you just do the fun part.
It's true. Like, I hate penciling. That's why most of the stuff I do looks like the backside of this, and I just go straight to ink.
It's beautiful already, so I'm very excited. Uh,
Thank
well,
you.
thank you for coming to choose and draw it, or choosing to come and draw it live. I would love to know from you, what was the first comic that you loved?
Uh, well, I tend to say that I always like to lean into I got like a reprint of the first issue of Swamp Thing,
Ooh,
and that was like the first one that I would say I fell in love with. I mean, I already kind of picked up comics here and there before I got that,
mm-hmm.
kind of the typical Daredevil, X-Men type stuff.
Right.
But that was the one that made me kind of stop and think about comics outside of just this thing that I read, and that there were, there's people on the other side of it that are making it and things like that.
Right.
And
It,
it was like, I don't know, I guess discovering Bernie Wrightson in that way, like, kind of opened it up for me a little bit.
that's awesome. Do you think that that was kind of the moment that you were like, could I do something like this? Is this a job I could have?
I mean, I was a kid, so I wasn't thinking in terms of jobs, but
Sure.
I, it absolutely was the first time that I had ever considered that, like, I could make a comic book,
Mm-hmm.
or be involved with that somehow.
That's very cool.
Absolutely. I
And
always credit Wrightson as being the person that, like, opened that whole thing up to me.
that's amazing. And how old were you when you started drawing in this capacity?
I don't know. I've always drawn, and
Mm-hmm.
I've never really stopped to think about when I started doing this or that. So,
Okay.
like, uh, I think I did my first comic, like, just like, went as far as actually reproducing it, putting it on like a photocopier and making it when I was like 15,
Wow.
14 or 15, I think. And I'm 45 now, so it was a while back.
That's amazing. And I'm sure there's so much art in the world when you start when you're 15. That's so cool. So much time to create. I love that. So in this process, it looks like we're going through now. It seems like the first step was obviously the sketch with the light board. Um, what's kind of the next step? Where do you go from here? Is it all outlines?
Uh, sure. It's kind
Talk
of,
to me like I'm an absolute fool because I am. I don't know a dang thing about this.
I mean, generally it's like, then you got your pencils, and then, the line work.
Mm-hmm.
But it also just depends on how you work, I think. I'm kind of scatterbrained, so, like, I might work on, like, lines for a while, and then start filling stuff in here and there. Just inking in general is the next step. and
Got it.
then and then if there's a color, or I use a lot of ink wash and stuff, which is just, the watered down ink and stuff for gray tones and things like that. Like, I'll tend to do that. Usually I do that next, like, after I finish the inking.
Mm-hmm.
Would be the same if I was doing watercolor, which is kind of ass backwards to the way most people do it.
Oh,
You know,
interesting.
smarter people, anyways.
Yeah. Hard to say. Hard to say when your stuff comes out that good.
Yeah.
With that in mind, what are your favorite kind of things to draw?
Well, I like to draw lots of stuff, but I would say that I love drawing a good monster.
Yeah.
Uh, Monsters are super fun. Plus, you don't have all that ridiculous, that arm's not in the right place type stuff.
Do you prefer to draw an original monster, or do you like to kind of hit the classics and draw like a movie monster?
Oh, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column
All
B.
right.
Like, it's hard not to want to draw your classics. I've probably done way more drawings of Man Thing than anybody probably should have for not getting paid for drawing Man Thing.
Well, there's just books and books of it in your house. Somebody's just gonna walk in and be like, "Wow, okay. Oh, you really
Yeah,
like? Oh, wow, okay. You really like Man Thing."
yeah.
That's awesome.
Somebody's gonna be really surprised when I die, probably.
They're gonna think you're trying to tell them something.
Maybe. If they're a Marvel editor, maybe.
Exactly. I live in a pretend world. I don't understand your logic here. Allie in the chat asked, "Do you have a favorite monster of all time? Would you say it's Man Thing, or is that just your favorite to draw?"
Well, I just really like drawing Man Thing. I'm terrible at the your favorite
Okay.
like type things. Because I just like too much stuff. Like I lots of monsters I really love. I have a soft spot in my heart for Creature from the Black Lagoons, probably one of my all-time favorites.
That's awesome.
Uh, but at the same time, I really I like gross monsters. I mean,
Ooh.
just you know, stuff everywhere, falling off of them, just kind of. I guess I mean, for lack of a better example at the moment, like John Carpenter's The Thing, like just just big messes, just heaps of
Yeah.
meat, you know.
Shaped meat. Yeah. The more ick, the
Yeah.
better. I can dig it. Absolutely. Um, I assume this answer is probably going to be mostly these monsters, but who are some of the people or the things that you would say inspire you as an artist?
Oh wow.
We're hitting
I
big
don't know.
questions.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything. Like I'm into like so much stuff, like everybody, you like got rooms full of things that inspire you. So like, I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre a lot. So sure, that influences me. There's loads of artists that I love, and those things influence me. I think I think everything's an influence to a degree,
Yeah.
whether it be good or bad.
Sure. Fair. Absolutely. So I'm going to revert to, I'll take that as Texas Chainsaw Massacre and once again, heaping shaped piles of meat monsters.
Yes,
Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well.
those things inspire me greatly.
What about when you're looking for somebody to collaborate with when you're creating? Do you have something that you look for in somebody?
Uh, Money.
Okay, somebody
No,
that's
I'm
got the
kidding.
budget. Fair. Hey, I mean,
I
hey,
mean,
fair.
that's great. That's a bonus,
Letting
but
everybody
no.
pay your artists.
Um, I think I like to get along with people. I collaborations are such, just like anything, being in a band or whatever. Like you kind of, it becomes this weird like side functioning family kind of thing where it has a lot of the same dynamics, a lot of the same things you have to be concerned with. You don't want to have to be tiptoeing around each other tons, and being uncomfortable. So I think one of the things I look for is like, could I be friends with this person? I don't always have to be able to be friends with that person. Sometimes a job's a job, and that's fine.
Mhm.
But it's always better if you get along with somebody and you're on the same relative wavelength when it comes to what you're wanting and expecting out of the project.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Somebody's not going to take all of the fun out of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I know that you work a lot in horror. Do you have a genre that you haven't worked in yet that you would like to tackle when somebody brings the right money?
I, I don't know. I've worked in a lot of genres. I mean, done a lot. Like I haven't done just like a straight up like gothic romance kind of thing. I don't think.
Ooh.
I mean, I maybe something with one or two of those, and maybe it kind of dipped in a little bit, but nothing that was just fully focused on that. I could probably get into doing something like that,
That's
uh,
fun.
but I'd also be like, well, it needs monsters and stuff. So,
Right.
but that's fine too. I would be fine doing a romance story that involves nothing but monsters, and it's just monsters being in love. You know,
This is the pitch, y'all. It's
that
happening
is the
right
pitch.
now.
Actually,
That's the
that's
pitch.
it.
It's happening right now live. Hey, we happen to have a lot of people in chat who are into this sort of thing. Who's gonna make this happen for me specifically so that I can read it?
I think I think it could be really good. But I I don't know. Uh, Other than that, like honestly, I've done a lot of work in a lot of genres, so I don't know that there's a ton I haven't really dipped into, at least a little bit, that I'm actually interested in trying to do something
That's
in.
very fortunate. I love that. And Chad is so into this monster romance story idea. Oh my god. Chad
That's
came
because they're
alive for
smart.
the monster romance.
I I'll tell you real quickly. I had a thing that I started and I haven't made it back to it, but it's like a big kaiju type battle thing, and that's going on like all around you, but like everything's like 2-page spreads and smaller. Like what's going on is basically just two people trying to get to each other in the course of all of it. And like the idea was that it wasn't the focus,
Mm-hmm.
like they are the story, but the focus of everything is on the craziness with the monsters and stuff getting destroyed and people getting smashed and all that. But there's always something going on in the background about these two people trying to reunite and get back together.
I love that.
One
Uh
day I'll come back to it, or
yes,
somebody else will
please.
do it. You know.
You said it here, there's evidence you said it. And yes, please. I would like to see it. I would like to read it immediately.
Yeah, I think it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. That's awesome. Well, you gave us a little bit of insight. You gave us like a little peek in, and you gave me an inch, and I'm gonna take a mile. What's something people don't know about you, or that most people watching maybe wouldn't know about you or expect?
Wow, there's probably tons.
Of course, I'm only
I
asking
would
for
hope
one.
anyway.
I won't be greedy. I only need one.
Geez, I don't know. Um, I really like Lizzo.
Oh, that's excellent. I love that.
Yeah, it doesn't
Lizzo?
really fall into my usual things, but yeah, I don't know. I fell in love with her stuff.
I think that there is a crossover here because I, as somebody who predominantly listens to like Sisters of Mercy and Skinny Puppy, also absolutely love Lizzo, and I have been listening to the new Lizzo song on repeat all week.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a new one, so that's
There's a
great
new
to
song
hear.
with Lizzo and Cardi B, and it's excellent.
Okay,
It's 10 out of 10. I've been listening to it all week.
nice. Yeah, I
I
will definitely have to get on.
I think it's that Lizzo just crosses all genre boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's doing. There's some more unique stuff going on with her music than I think. Like it's one of those like I think it was I was at C2E2, well, whatever the last one was, like in 2020 or whatever, and I think I had first just started hearing about her, and I heard that song, like whatever the big one was about the getting your nails done and stuff, and
Yeah.
I was just in the car with my wife, and she was already like into it, and I'm listening to it and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, what is happening? I don't understand why. And then by the end of it, I was like, I was like, this is pretty cool, but I'm not going to admit that. And then like, I think it only took like 2 more weeks and I was like ordering records and stuff. So
That's amazing. That's a better answer than I could have possibly expected from this. I love it. And the chat also agrees. We have from Flannel Fries said, flute game strong. She does play a
yeah,
mad. She does play a
yeah. I mean, she
mad
plays a
flute.
fucking flute.
She plays a flute. Like, who else?
I mean, if for nothing else, you gotta like dig on it and respect that. So.
100%. Yeah. So now we know that hopefully after the interview today, you'll be also playing Rumors on repeat with me.
Likely, very likely.
Oh, this is looking so lovely. It's interesting because like the camera doesn't pick up every detail, especially just like going through to Twitch. But as you start to outline, it's like watching it appear.
Oh yeah.
It's so lovely. That looks awesome. All right, so I'm gonna give you another one of these mildly existential questions, and I'm sorry in advance. What's a piece of advice that you've gotten in your career that stuck with you?
None. I don't. I like to get good advice, immediately forget it, and then be angry that nobody warned me about it ahead of time. I don't know.
All right.
I mean, there's so much of it good, and then there's also so much of it that's just kind of common sense.
Mm-hmm.
That like maybe you just don't think about. I don't know. I think maybe some of the best advice that I've gotten that I maybe didn't take seriously at first, and then finally in the last few months probably actually started to think about was stop. Like, you don't have to work now. You don't have to kill yourself to be able to make comics. Like,
That's
even
great.
if you're doing it professionally or whatever, like, you have to like think about yourself and your own well-being, and like not pulling constant all-nighters isn't something that I want to do in my 40s so much. So I'm glad that I finally like came off of the whole like whatever, I can do it, and said, I shouldn't do that, and I'd rather play a video game than work until I'm miserable
just because
tonight
I can
or
doesn't
whatever.
mean I have to.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have
I mean, sometimes you have to.
You have any games
Sometimes you have to. But like sometimes I think we tend to put those like requirements on ourselves, and it just makes it easier for other people to put them on us, and we just kind of lean right into it. So you kind of have to break the habit yourself, and then like everybody else kind of falls in line behind that.
All right, that's great advice.
Hopefully.
I love that. What about what's the unwind game that you're playing right now?
Well, I don't know that I unwind playing video games anymore because I keep buying video games, but I don't have time to play video games. So I'm always playing like 25 video games at the same time, which can kind of be a problem all to itself. Mm-hmm. But let's see. Right now, I just finally started playing Persona 5 Strikers.
Nice.
And I forget what I was playing before. Oh, I was playing the this weekend. I was playing the Back 4 Blood beta.
Oh, the Back 4 Blood beta, yeah.
Which is, well, I mean, it's what you expect it to be, pretty much. Exactly, but
there's blood.
But it's good. It's blood. Fun. Yeah, pretty much.
Lives up to it then. I love that. Avery Kaplan in the chat said, look, nothing wrong with a nice collection of video game boxes. And we don't even get the boxes anymore most of the time. I don't know about you, but I've been buying things digitally for so long that I'm like, I don't even have
I
a box to show
almost
for it.
I've almost exclusively switched to buying digitally on video games just because like I don't go anywhere to trade them in anymore, and you know, I don't know, like of all of the things that I collect, video games are the thing that I kind of got to where I was like, I don't need to have a physical like thing. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'll still get them. And well, I mean, I bought a physical copy of that Persona game because it was like cheaper at Walmart than going
Huh.
and buying it. Like I bought that and the 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 Neo collection
Oh,
because both of
nice.
them were cheaper there than they were digitally. So I
That's
think uh, I think of all of the forms of media that need to just go ahead and embrace going all digital, video games is like at the top of the list.
yeah. I could totally see that. Absolutely.
Though nothing wrong with having a big video game collection either. I mean, because I do have a lot of video games, like
Yeah.
physical, but like it's cool to have, and I'm always in like a little jealous of people that have like hold on to all of their like consoles and games from way back.
I am 100% that person that has all of my old consoles.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. D-Man in the chat said, my Epic and Steam libraries keep growing, but games played hasn't really changed a ton. Same.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of Steam, right?
Yeah, it's just for them
Is
to sit
to
there.
keep accumulating but never actually touch.
Yeah, exactly.
I even like I put in for a pre-order on one of the Steam decks,
Oh, yeah.
and the whole time, I mean, even now, like I'm like I don't really need that,
Now you have a
you
portable
know.
console to leave at home.
But yeah, exactly. Like I have a Switch,
Yeah.
and I don't ever use it on the TV. I only use it portable, but I don't take it anywhere. I
Uh-huh.
only ever play it at home. So it's like what I play in bed or whatever.
It's basically portable. Hey, especially in surviving in the Panini, the Pantera, that's as portable as something gets. Is to the
That's
bedroom.
true. That is true.
That's about it. So this one's back to actual art question. What part of this takes the longest for you?
Uh, well, obviously the inking takes a little while. The painting, if I'm doing watercolor, can take a little while. Personally, I think that the thing that takes me the longest, usually, at least in terms of drawing like sequential pages, not necessarily something like this, uh, is the thumbnailing, the laying out and stuff, just figuring out the flow and what to do with the page. I don't know if it's just because I'm slow, like, or what, but it takes me a little longer. It's part of why when I'm drawing comics, I've started like I do all my thumbnails digitally, and then I may tighten it up a little bit. Just depends. I do them at full size, and I'll 90% of the time skip the penciling altogether and just go straight off of my thumbnails to ink because I feel like the penciling is just this extra step that I don't enjoy it as much as I do inking. So I mean, I don't have to pencil it.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have to, why should I?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that's a bad idea because then the inking starts taking a lot longer because turns out I didn't think it through as much as I thought I did. In fact, like Bountiful Garden, I think the first issue I did pencils,
Wow.
and then I'm pretty sure like the next four issues I just went off the thumbnails. Like I'd send them to scenes, and whatever little things needed to be changed, we'd take care of it, and I would just go straight to inking from there.
Wow. This is looking so lovely. Also, Jonas, right? This is Jonas.
There
Now
you
that I
go.
can
That's
see
right.
more of the facial features on camera, it's Jonas.
It is indeed Jonas, and I'm glad somebody remembered.
It's okay, that's
It
my
should have
bad.
been me, but you know.
Oh, he's looking so lovely. Uh, do you have any like pieces of insight? What can you tell us about Bountiful Garden?
It's amazing, and if you don't like it, you're just an old grump.
All right, yeah.
Um, I don't know. Like, what do you want?
I guess if we have an audience of people here that haven't gotten their hands on it yet, didn't get it on Free Comic Book Day for some reason,
It was free.
for whatever reason, can't relate. Um, what would you want them to know that you think would encourage them to go and grab it? What should they know as to why they should go run out and grab it?
Huh. Well, it's great.
Because it's great.
Um, well, if you if you like stuff like your obvious comparisons, if you like things like Alien or even Dead Space, things like that, there's a lot of similarities in terms of it's in space and an alien planet. Uh, the Honestly, I think the biggest draw on the story really is the characters themselves. It's I would say that there's a lot. It's impressive the amount of uh, information and backstory, or not even really backstory, just feel for the characters you get from what Ivy wrote, and the fact that we had to get it all in there while moving the story forward uh, in 5 issues.
Yeah.
Like getting from start to finish and finish being finished, and I feel like you're never going to feel like you don't understand these characters, or you don't know enough about them. Like, I think that's probably one of the strongest like things to me about the story is it's a good character driven story that shouldn't be as well rendered for 5 issues as it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think y'all did an excellent job. Honestly, in the first issue alone, you get this like really great exposition on the characters, why they're here, and what their kind of archetypes are immediately. It is really impressive
Yeah.
in that, um, which is absolutely lovely. All right, let's start a little bit of Q&A from the chat, and then we'll do a giveaway. All right, we'll take a couple of questions. I have Flannel Fries wanted to know how you decided on an art style for Bountiful Garden.
Well, that was easy. See, I draw like this.
Perfect. So this is completely original Kelly Williams style, and that's all that matters.
Yes, and nobody else in the world draws like me. Um, I mean, obviously, the biggest deciding type things was more about figuring out like what we wanted the atmosphere to be in terms of like the settings and stuff. Like, honestly, originally when I first started to kind of play around with ideas and stuff, I was doing everything super bright. Like, I was like, we're gonna go bright colors and just forests and like all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
But quickly discovered that that was not what we were gonna do,
All right.
and it's better for it, believe me. But so I think this was also one of the first times that I've worked with a colorist. It's not the first, but it's the largest scale project that I've worked on with a colorist. Usually I color myself, or I just do black and white. And so figuring out if I was gonna just do straight black and white line work, or do the ink washes to kind of give it that kind of dirty, gritty feel and everything. Like, that was probably the biggest thing style wise to figure out for me. and which I'm glad I decided to go ahead and do that, because I think between that and Giorgio's colors, like it came out really, really good. And sometimes I like to keep doing the ink washes even when I'm working with a colorist, because it allows me to still kind of keep control of things a little bit.
Yeah.
But that quickly like turned off, and I wasn't worried about that at all once we kind of established everything. We figured out what everything was going to look like.
Amazing. I love that. All right, let's start this giveaway. I've got another question from chat I'll ask while they're doing the giveaway. Let's say that our word for the giveaway to enter, let's do Spooky Garden. We're not doing Bountiful Garden. That's too on the nose. We're doing Spooky Garden as all one word. I'm going to type it in the chat so y'all can see it. That's going to be how you enter this giveaway. The mods will get it going. Mods, if you could just let us know when it is activated, when it is rolling, so we know when people should be typing it. And then I have another question for you while you're getting going. And I don't want to hold you up too much because, like, this is coming together absolutely beautifully. But D-Man in the chat said, what attracted you to this specific project the most? You have done so much incredible work. What about this one was of interest to you?
Well, just right out the door, the fact that it was a sci-fi horror thing. I've done tons of horror, but I haven't really gotten to do a ton of sci-fi, especially the two mixed up. And like, so I immediately was interested based almost entirely on that alone.
Yeah.
But then as I started to learn more about the premise for it, and the fact that it was I loved that it was so focused on, or the plants were the thing, like I because I think that's like something that I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of weird and creepy stuff in like botany and like plants and stuff. And I feel like it's weird that it doesn't get explored more than it does. I mean, there's plenty, but it feels like there should be so much more.
Yeah. I mean, you are personally solving that problem.
Right. See, I'm doing my part.
Absolutely. You're doing your part to contribute to the number of spooky plant media pieces in the world. And I love that. For you, I love it for us. That giveaway is going right now. Type all one word, just like people are in the chat, Spooky Garden, to enter. You will be entering to win a Bountiful Garden poster. Y'all saw the trailer. You know the art. You know the work. You know that you want it. Because, dang, I want it. It is really, really lovely. There you go. For your chance to win, of course, we will ship it to you. A mod will get in contact if you win. You can shoot them a DM and give them your address so you can receive your prize.
I feel like I should have reined it in a little bit in terms of what's all going on here. Just so that there was more than like, a body finished by the time we were done.
I mean, it's still coming together as something absolutely beautiful. It really is. And I mean, look, I couldn't do half of what you've done in twice the amount of time. So it is coming together absolutely lovely. All right. We'll roll that really quick. Okay. I have another question for you while you go, if you don't mind the multitasking. I know that this is not your typical thing. Typically, you're doing pages and spreads and things of the sort. What's your favorite thing to draw? What's your favorite kind of like medium to draw in this capacity of, do you prefer like a lot of panels or double pages or a single piece art like this?
I think it changes on my mood, but I really do like drawing comics. So I like telling stories with pictures. So I really do enjoy figuring out a good page, even something simple. It's fun. But at the same time, some days something like this is all I really want to do, which unfortunately isn't most of what you end up having to do. And I really, just because you said it, I really like doing 2-page spreads, and I don't really do enough of them.
That's cool. You heard that, Mad Cave. You heard that.
Yeah, yeah, you heard that.
I love it. Okay. Oh, hey, congrats, Kurt. Hey, that's somebody who came over from my community. Thank you for coming over and entering in the giveaway. Congratulations on winning a Bountiful Garden poster. We'll ship that on out to you. Congrats. Thank you for entering. Thank you for showing up and being here for the stream. We're going to give it another minute here, and then we are going to wrap it up. But while we're doing that, and while we're kind of drawing our way out here, let's give the people some homework. Where can they find you on the internet? Where should they follow you? And what's their reading assignment?
Um, okay, well, I am on most of the social medias stuff, like your Twitters and Instagrams. I'm Treebeard on Twitter. That's beard with 2 E's and not an EA. And the same for Instagram, but there's a Y, so it's Treebeardy, because
okay.
Somebody already had Treebeard. I'm going to explain that to you, even though you don't need me to explain that.
That's okay.
Those are the easiest ways to find me, because I'm pretty much always on Twitter being an idiot and making stupid jokes or whatever. In terms of what to read or find or look for, I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us if you have anything else that you want to hype up right now that they should be checking out. Anything that they should pick up.
Well, everything I do is good.
Yes.
Great, even. The most recently, I had a short come out with TKO. So River of Sin is what it's called. I wrote it and drew it.
Amazing.
There's that. My collection of short horror stories, The Dark, is available. It's out from SourcePoint Press. You can find it on their website or anywhere, really. All these things are on Comixology or wherever you get comic books. A Letter to Joe, which is not horror. It's a World War II romance kind of thing, based on the writer Joe Sorecki's grandparents. That Top Shelf put that out a year or so ago. And then I worked on this book called Bountiful Garden that's coming out soon. And if for some reason you weren't able to get a free comic, it comes out next month, beginning of September. I can't remember the exact date. And I'm working on a new book with the guy I did A Letter to Joe with Joe Sorecki. That's coming from Scout soon. And then I'm working on some other stuff that I don't guess I'm supposed to talk about yet.
All right. Well, damn, it sounds like you got a lot going on. So then, with that in mind, for the sake of everybody watching, do you have commissions open right now, or is that something that you're too slammed for?
No. I'm closed on commissions for the moment. I was open at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm still finishing up the ones that are left over from that.
That's wonderful. Well, everybody, that's how you know not to bother in the DMs. But you can go to his Twitter. You can go ahead and give a follow and keep an eye out for maybe when that comes around again. Or maybe you'll be absolutely just full of work forever. And I love that.
I mean, I will likely open commissions if I do any shows. Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to do Rose City next month in Portland. So I'll probably open commissions if I go.
Okay.
Like, I'm still kind of on the fence at the moment
Do
on
you
if
like
I'm
to
going
do
to do that.
conventions and things of the sort?
Yeah, not enough that I'm willing to risk getting sick and dying, but I'm like, we'll see how things go in the next week
Right.
or two.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. My
Which,
goodness.
you guys should also get vaccinated and wear masks too if you haven't done that.
Now that's the homework.
There you go.
There
Do
you
that.
go.
That's
Like,
what you should
yes,
do.
pick up Bountiful Garden, do all of the things, watch the short. Manny Castell said, I already own the short. That's awesome. But also, wear your mask, get vaccinated, do the basics, bleed
Yeah.
science. We love it.
Make things easier for everybody, not just your own stuff.
That's excellent homework. Well, thank you for stopping by and for showing us Jonas.
That's right. His name is Jonas.
And we knew that the whole time, and nobody can prove otherwise.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't believe them if they said it.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I'm going to play you the trailer one more time. We are going to let Kelly get on with the day. And everybody stick around. We'll check back in at the end. And I'll see you in just a moment. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for that. That was so much fun. That was such a good time. I'm sorry that we didn't get through more of it, y'all. We only had an hour. But obviously, you can go see more of Kelly's work in many ways. You can pick up Bountiful Garden. You can go over to his Twitter and check it out. Exclamation point Bountiful in the chat if you need a link to go pick up your copy to pre-order it for now. We have some other stuff in previews this week. In previews, we have Nightmare in Savannah. We have Bountiful Garden issue 3. We have Beckstar Volume 1, collecting issues 1 through 5. And we have BC Volume 3, issue 5. So be sure to go and check those out. Everything you can check out is, of course, available on our website. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. This was such a good time. Like I said, I think that these drawing streams where we're chatting and somebody's working on a beautiful piece of art is a cool opportunity for us to all just kind of vibe. If you had some stuff to get done, you can get it done at the same time. Feel like maybe we're just having a co-working day. I think it's very great. Thank you to the Mad Cave team, Allison, Chris, Manny, Frank, Mark, Gio. The rest of the Mad Cave team, you're all phenomenal. Thank you for letting us do this and creating opportunities for us to get to meet some of the people behind the scenes that we might not have gotten to spend time with otherwise. That's awesome. You can follow me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I am a streamer. I'm a content creator. I'm a host of things. I'm around on the internet. Lord knows my Twitter is active with all of the dang streams that I am doing. If you're not already, that's ridiculous. But please go ahead and follow Mad Cave on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Catch all of the updates. And next week, our show, we will be back, of course, at 11 a.m. Pacific, so do not miss it. We'll have another interview, and I'll be here too. So I hope that I'll see you then. You'll come and spend it with us. We'll have more things to give away. We'll have more incredible people to talk to. Links are in there in chat for everything that you might need. Don't forget to check out Bink if you didn't already in the beginning. Show some support, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye, friends.